Alright guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So this is a quick review on the trade I took today. Normally I trade US 100 Nasdaq, and this is what I was looking at today. We had this quick expansion to the downside, creating this bearish fair value gap just at this point. This is a 4 hours bearish fair value gap, but it's also in sync with the 2 hours, 1 hour, and also the 30 minutes bearish fair value gap, just as you see as we scale through the lower time frame. And most importantly, this is just our time window here we want to trade in, right? And you see how the body of the candlestick still stays inside the fair value gap just at this time window, showing you that there is a whole lot of sentiments just at that point. So we will have sort of a rejection, right? So we have the wick still stay. So we have the wick trade outside, but the body still stays inside the bearish fair value gap. So let's go to the 2 hours time frame so you can see. So you see, this is a 2 hours bearish fair value gap here, and just at this point, this is a buy side liquidity, and this is the time window we want to trade in. This is our time window here, so it will make more sense once we scale to the lower time frame. So buy side liquidity here. So this way it took this buy side liquidity. So buy side liquidity, and you see how the body of the candlestick still remains below the buy side liquidity, right? And the rejection is obvious because it's just the body that is going lower. The wicks has already done the damage. So 30 minutes time frame. So just at this point, so this was NFP right here. NFP by 8:30 New York time. That will be around 1:30 Nigerian time. So this is a buy here for NFP just at this high, and the 15 minutes time frame, you see this rejection here, which in the higher time frame, this part here is just a wick. And note, we've taken a buy side liquidity, so we should anticipate a potential reversal. Okay, so let's see the 5 minutes time frame. So just see this right here, and this is the opening range gap. Don't worry, very soon I'm going to do a video on how to get this opening range gap with US 100. So this is just going to be a quick review for now, but the opening range gap is literally the closing price of the previous day, which is 414, and the opening price, which is 9:30 opening bell. All right, so 1 minute time frame. So just in this 1 minute, this is our time window here, and you know that we are in a bearish fair value gap and we've taken buy side now. So the framework on the trade you should build would be a bearish framework, because we've taken buy side and we are in a bearish fair value gap. So you'll be looking for opportunities to sell just after the 9:30 opening bell, and we had a good opening range gap today. So this was the trade right here to 10. So this is my time window. 10 was just around here. Well, I can hold till 10:10. So this 10:10 here, have you seen how it traded to that? So having that, we've taken those buy side and we are in a bearish fair value gap. So this is the trade right here. Let me zoom. You see how we had this bearish fair value gap form after the opening bell. We had this bearish fair value gap. So once the candlestick traded below this bearish fair value gap. Right, I knew it was going to act as a reclaim bearish fair value gap, sort of an inversion kind of. So I waited for it to displace a little bit lower, give a bearish fair value gap, then the entry was here. So I got out at the midpoint of this opening range gap. I should have held, but I was just okay with that today. So I got out at this point here. So my stop loss was just above here. So this was the sell that I took. You can still hold up to this point, still very perfect. The sell side liquidity right here. And you see how they look relatively equal at this point. This low is lower than this, and this is higher than this. So that's relative equal lows right there. You see how more. You want to look at that. We still have this low here, so it's still relatively equal, so it's okay. You see how this is lower and this is higher, this is lower than this, right? So still relatively equal low, so you can still take that to still be very perfect. Okay, now we have just this price here. Once we took out this sell side, you see how today's Friday, you see how it stayed very long at this point, and now we had this a bearish fair value gap here. Don't mind how I extended it. I was just studying how it would react based off that. So this is a bearish fair value gap here at this point. So once it took this sell side right here, you could anticipate that it comes above this bearish fair value gap and continue to trade higher because it has taken a sell side liquidity. And if you go to the 15-minute time frame, you see that we have a bullish fair value gap just right here. So let's see if we have a bullish fair value gap in the 30 minutes time frame too. Yeah. So you see that 30 minutes bullish fair value gap just right here. -30 minutes bullish fair value gap. Then 15 minutes time frame, you see how it overlaps the 15 minutes bullish fair value gaps too. Right, and in the 1 hour time frame, you take note of how you see how the body stays above this sell side after taking this sell side liquidity and trading to this 15 minutes and 30 minutes bullish fair value gap, which this is also a bullish 1 hour bullish fair value gap, but that's too small for my liking. And this another block right here, so you see how the body stays above that. So you take note of that. The body really stays above that. The wicks went traded outside of it. So once you see that you have the body trade above that point like that, you can look for a setup in the 1 minute time frame, how you're going to engage. So I'll trust to have a valid breaking market structure once we trade above this fair value gap here. But what really happened at this point is that it traded to the midpoint of the 1 hour bearish fair value gap, then rejected, trade back to this 30 minutes bullish fair value gap just right here. So I would extend this. I would extend this and we try to use this inversion fair value gap to engage, but this is not my perfect model. So it's just something I'm studying. So that's why I extended it. So I'll use it as inversion fair value gap to trade higher. Alright, but it's not really perfect here because today is going to be the closing of the week because it's Friday. Right, so it's not really perfect here. So price would just stop moving at 446 on Friday. Alright, so that's really it for today, guys. So if you like me doing this kind of reviews on the channel. Like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button to see more reviews and trade I take. Peace and love.